After his 2 tests with the fleece, Gideon was confident that the Lord had chosen him and his small army to deliver the Israelites from the Midianites. And now, God tests Gideon's faith. Gideon and his 32,000 men were camped by a spring of water. To the north of them was the enemy camp of 135,000 Midianite soldiers. Although they were greatly outnumbered, the Lord instructed Gideon,
"Let any men who are afraid go home."
Gideon obeyed, and 22,000 of his men opted to return home, leaving him with just 10,000 soldiers. But God said,
"There are still too many. Take them down to the water to drink. Separate those who lap the water with their tongues as a dog laps, from those who kneel down to drink."
Gideon obeyed. Only 300 of the men drank from cupped hands, lapping like dogs. All the rest got down on their knees to drink. The Lord said to Gideon,
"With the 300 men that lapped I will save you, and give the Midianites into your hands. Let all the others go home."
So Gideon kept the 300, who took over the provisions and trumpets of those sent home. During that night the Lord said to Gideon,
"If you are afraid to attack, go down to the camp with your servant Purah, and listen to what they are saying, and you will be greatly encouraged."
Gideon and Purah crept up to the enemy camp, just as a man was telling his companion about a dream.
A round loaf of barley bread came tumbling into the Midianite camp. It struck the tent with such force that the tent overturned and collapsed.
His friend responded,
"This can be nothing other than the sword of Gideon, son of Joash, the Israelite. God has given the Midianites and the whole camp into his hands."
When Gideon heard the interpretation of the dream, he bowed and worshipped God, then returned to his camp. Back at the camp, Gideon called out,
"Get up! The Lord has given the Midianites into your hands."
He divided the 300 men into 3 groups, and gave each man a ram's horn and a clay jar with a torch in it.
"Watch me,"
he told them.
"Follow my lead. When I get to the edge of the camp, do exactly as I do."
Gideon and his men surrounded the camp, just after the Midianites changed guard in the middle of the night. On Gideon's signal, they all blew their trumpets, broke their jars, and held up the flames of the torches. They shouted loudly,
"A sword for the Lord and for Gideon."
There was panic in the enemy camp as Gideon's men stood in position. In the darkness, the Midianites started fighting each other. Those that were not killed fled back across the river Jordan. Gideon and his men pursued, tracked them down, and defeated them. It was an incredible victory.